Nigeria. It's 16th of August 2022. And yes, we are continuing with our road to 2023 conversations where we discuss politics. Electioneering, campaigning hasn't started yet, so we've been staying away from campaigning, but we just basically just focus on issues, and that's what we've done. Remember that we have spoken on this same trajectory. We've spoken first with Kasumu of Labour Party. We've also spoken with Oseaneni of the PDP. We're supposed to have Honorable Minister Festus Keyamo on the program yesterday, but he was scheduled for Nigeria in for Abuja. We're hoping that he would be able to, manage the time so he can come to Nigeria in for Lagos virtually, but he wasn't able to do that. So we've moved that conversation with the Honorable Minister. We'll also feature some other political parties as well. As soon as we have them, we'll be bringing them on to come share their party's plans, with you out there, so you can have better information as to why making choices. Let's put it that way, making choices, towards elections in the year 2023. So today on the show we have Doyin Kasumu of the African Action Congress (AAC) is joining our conversation. Some of the because he's running for state, so we're going to be focusing on state issues this time around. The previous guests we've talked largely about national issues because they are based on national concerns, the conversation that we had. But today we're focusing on state issues. That's why we have the House of Assembly, State House of Assembly representatives, so Ikorodu Constituency 2 under the platform of AAC. Join us on the show today. Doyin Kasumu is here. Doyin, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning, listeners.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Now, he may sound very young, but he's not exactly old as well. He's a chartered accountant. He's a technocrat, and he has one or two things to show. Let's start this way. What informed your choice of going? This is your first time of venturing into politics.
Sure.
What informed that decision that you'd like to go into politics?
Well, if you talk of national politics or state politics, yes, yeah. I'm a novice, but I was involved in university politics.
Okay.
Along with Omoyele Showore.
Oh,
so
okay.
When you talk of politics generally, I'm not new to politics.
We're going to talk about the national politics that you mentioned because your presidential candidate is Omoyele Showore. But let's focus on why you have decided to run for State House of Assembly in Lagos.
Yeah, I'm someone that I like starting small.
Okay.
My ultimate objective is to contribute nationally.
Okay.
So, starting small, I want to start from a constituency,
okay,
which is Ikorodu Constituency 2. So that's why I've decided to start with the Lagos House of Assembly.
Why I'm repeating this question is because you've not really answered. Like, apart from starting small, what were those things that you saw lacking?
Yeah.
What were those gaps that you were trying to fill?
Looking at my immediate environment, I was able to identify some issues which needs to be tackled.
Okay.
Before I now say, okay, I want to proceed further, maybe to the national level. So starting from my constituency, I discovered that Lagos in particular needs a lot of revolutionary steps and actions.
Why do you say though? Why revolutionary steps and actions? Why?
When you talk of revolution, you talk of a radical change.
Okay.
A change that might not be popular, but it's very necessary to be taken. One of such things is Lagos as a mega city, I believe, should not be battling issue of agberos, minance. A mega city of a Lagos status should not be having agberos on the streets. So one of my major agenda is to propose a bill for motor parks reform, whereby we take back the collection of
levies and dues
to the local government.
Okay.
And not necessarily some, specified and special set of people that normally work with the government. So that's one of my major concerns.
Okay.
Then looking at corruption
Okay.
in Lagos, even though I also have an overview of the corruption in Nigeria, I found out in Lagos State there is this anti-corruption agency.
Okay.
And it's similar to Nigerian Zone 2.
Okay.
The anti-corruption agency, the appointment of the anti-corruption agency is done by the state government.
Okay.
So I believe that should not be the case. That will not enhance the independence of the anti-corruption agency.
Okay.
The anti-corruption agency leader should be chosen by, preferably, institutions like the Judicial Council. The governor should have no say in the appointment of the Lagos
of members of the anti-corruption agency.
Members and the leaders of the anti-corruption agency. So I'm going to propose a bill for an absolute independence of the anti-corruption agency.
Okay.
Both the appointment, the right to sack, and the remuneration of members and leaders of anti-corruption agency should be independent of the executive. With that, I believe the anti-corruption agency for Lagos, many people don't even know that it exists. But it exists, but because they are not effective, or they've been made not to be effective, so many people don't even know that Lagos State has an anti-corruption agency. So that's number one. Then number two is the issue of stealing of public funds.
Okay.
I believe where the sanctions are weak, there is a propensity to commit more crime. But where the sanctions are tough, although in reality you cannot 100% eradicate a crime, but the tougher the sanction, the less the propensity to commit. So I intend to propose a bill that if you steal public funds in Lagos State, you're going to life jail.
That's a bill you propose?
Yeah. Unpardonable life jail.
Okay.
So with that, I believe it will reduce that propensity to steal public funds. Even though, like I said earlier on, you cannot totally eradicate corruption.
Right.
But there's what we call tolerance level. You can reduce corruption to a minimum tolerance level. Then my other take is education.
Okay.
There's this fallacy that tertiary education is not meant for those who cannot afford it. That those who cannot afford it should go for skills acquisition. Carpentry, tailoring. And I ask myself, if the son of a pepper seller, well, I am privileged to have trained with Deloitte, one of the biggest accounting firms in the world.
In the world, yes.
So if the son of a pepper seller or the daughter of a pepper seller, if his ambition or her ambition is to work in Deloitte, and you can't work in Deloitte, you do have BSc. So if the ambition is, okay, I want to work in Deloitte and I have to go to university, but my parents cannot afford it, should I because keep my ambition and go and learn skills? So learning of skills should be based on desire and passion, not because I cannot afford it. So I'm proposing that for Lagos residents of at least 4 years or 2, they should be entitled to free tertiary education. Free tertiary education. university education is only meant for those that can afford it.
Right.
So I want to correct that fallacy.
Indeed.
University education is for everybody,
Okay.
and we should help any person that wants to go to university. We should be able to help such a person. So that is one of the bills, and it's not just having a bill.
Okay.
There should be a way of funding it.
Okay.
So the route to funding such tertiary education will be through a trust fund.
Okay.
And the trust fund, the contributors will include the government and the private sector. So it will be like a compulsory obligation
Right.
for the private sector and the government to contribute to the funding of tertiary education for those who cannot afford it.
Right.
Of course, those who can afford it can pay school fees, but there will be proof that yes, surely this person cannot afford it.
Right. I totally salute your courage in all of these things that.
That's not. I'm not finished.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's have some more. Let's have some more. I mean, this is why we have this kind of program, so you can, share your ideas with the people. Then people can directly ask you questions, especially your constituents. Because I was going to ask you that you've said all of these things that you have said initially. That what are for prime people? Because they're the one primarily. So what are direct plans?
The free tertiary education is a direct plan.
Okay.
Because you have universities in Lagos State.
Okay. All right.
We have, it used to be called LASPOTECH. We have Lagos State University of Science and Tech. It's also located in Ikorodu.
Right. Right.
So then the third one to mention is unemployment benefits for Lagos residents. And that will be funded through an insurance scheme. So maybe you've been working before, and by fate, you
lost your job.
You lost a job.
Yeah.
So through an insurance scheme, you should be able to get monthly stipends till you get a job.
Okay.
That one too should also apply to youth unemployment.
But you know that this particular one, I have to take you up on that because. This needs to ride on what we know as data. Do we have that data bank for you to know who is employed and who is not employed? Or you're just putting this forward so that because you know that people will like it?
No, we're going to make sure we integrate all the data collection instruments of the government. Like for Lagos State now, we have this Lagos State Residents Agency. And where if you're a Lagos State resident. Of course, to be a beneficiary of any Lagos State...
You have to be a resident, a registered resident.
So that will, if you want to benefit from government programs, of course, you have to obey government's call. So one of the calls of government is that if you're a Lagos State resident, you need to register as a Lagos State.
So you're basically just going to use Lastra for such a plan.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Please go on.
And we enhance its effectiveness and efficiency in data collection. So that's for unemployment benefits. Then also for even though the major work of a lawmaker is lawmaking.
That's right.
But I believe with these constituency projects, lobby projects, one of the major concerns of the people of my constituencies is bad roads and no drainages. So
I was going to ask you that because currently now the Gbogbo Bayeko road is
it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
But isn't it under control? The construction has started, hasn't it?
Well.
Because that's the information I got.
That's what they say. But on the ground, what's on the ground now? Nothing is on the ground now.
Let me ask you about, what as a lawmaker, as a would-be, as an aspirant or candidate, what should we use now? You're a candidate.
Candidate.
As a candidate now of the party, if you eventually voted in on the platform of the AAC, what would you do or your party do in the area of, well, specifically speaking now, LASMA? Is there any plan for that?
As the Lagos State transport management agency.
Yes, yes.
Well, to be frank with you, last mile is a good concept.
Okay.
All we need to do to last mile is to enhance its efficiency and effectiveness. It's a good concept.
How about traffic management in general?
Yeah, traffic management, like I wanted to talk of some of the constituency projects I would love to embark up, or I will lobby that we have in Code. There's this Ogoloto junction at Ikorodu.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's all about vision. We don't really need a traffic light at that Ogoloto junction.
Okay.
All we need is flyover. Flyover. For those going to garage, you fly over.
They can just climb the ramp and just go.
For those from Ikorodu going to Lagos, you just go under the bridge. And those coming from garage going to Lagos, go straight. So we don't really need traffic lights there. All we
at
need
that
just
particular area.
At that particular area. All we need just.
And I understand, because that's your constituency.
Yeah.
So when we talk about these things, you're basically just focused on your own constituency. In case you're just joining us, because you're welcome. We are on road to 2023. We have AAC candidates on the program today. His name is Doyin Kasumu. He's a chartered accountant. He's running on the platform of African Action Congress, same party with Amode Shore. We'll take a few calls now. When we return, we'll speak to him about national politics and the party's what you call it, expectations on the national stage. But let's hear from Ikorodu people today. And are you ready to take calls from Ikorodu people?
Sure. I'm here for them. I'm here because of them.
All right, let's talk to them then. And the rest of Lagos, if you've got questions for my guest this morning, feel free to call in 0700 993 993 993. I think I have about 2 minutes or so to take a few calls. For the ladies, it's 01 465 7190. You can send me messages though. WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. If you got further questions or areas that he's touched on, you can ask him directly. If you have fresh questions, please do throw your questions out there. Good morning to you. I think we lost that. Let's take another. Nigeria info. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from VGC.
Okay, you're welcome.
My name is Francis.
You're welcome, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
I want to ask our prospect candidate what can he do about the security or chance in Ikorodu? Basically, Bayeku, Agofoye, Gbogbo General. What do you do about Curtis?
Courtism, Abi?
Yes.
That's a brilliant question. Somehow it skipped my mind, because I remember I was going to ask you that question. There's another one that came to mind right now, and that is what Ikorodu is known for. That is fishing, agriculture. Quite a number of people have their farms there, but then it's very difficult for them to move their produce. But let's start with courtism first. All these young boys, there are too many in Ikorodu. It's almost like it's the den of these young.
Yeah, that's true. But let's ask this question: what is the cause? The major step to solving a challenge is knowing the root cause of cultism. Why would I, as a young person, engage in cultism? So I believe in tackling the root cause of cultism. And the major root cause of cultism is that sense of insecurity.
Please hold on. We need to take this short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the root cause explanation, because I'm really interested. I'm sure quite a number of people are interested too. Lagos, let's head out. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
We bring you up to speed with great talk.
If you know what these ex-governors get as pension, every 4 years you get brand new car. I'm not giving you consent to getting.
The debaters are ready. The panel of judges are ready. The judges have decided. The prize money is ready. 1 million naira. There's only one question left, Lagos. Are you, the audience, ready? It's the August edition of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, your moderator. Join me from August 8th as the best student debaters go head to head. Weekdays at 4 on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. This tournament is supported by Webster University, RLG Communications, obiwizi.com, Booker Hot, and Storm Body Spray.
Let me tell you, if you pay for an item, you can get a whooping 5% cash back on that same item. How? When you shop with your Chipper card, locally and across borders. And yes, the Chipper app is available on App Store and Play Store. So why haven't you downloaded it yet? All right, so here's what you need to do. Go on, download Chipper, and enjoy no fees and local transfers. That's right, no fees. 2% discount on airtime and 5% cashback when you shop with your Chipper Naira or dollar card. Are you still waiting? You have to be fast, too.
We report, you decide. Topical conversations that matter to you.
There are people for personal, religious, whatever reasons who do not want to take a vaccine. And I think they have the rights.
They cannot go to stop insecurity. It's to force people to take vaccine. Let them come and kill me. I can never take it.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
My customer, I beg give me golden penny 400 grams midi pack. Now spaghetti my children want chop this night.
Madam Sabinus, which one be 400 gram midi pack?
Introducing Golden Penny Pasta new 400 gram midi pack with same quality. Golden Penny Pasta. Enjoy it your way.
For over 16 years, you've trusted Phase 3 Telecom with your connectivity needs. Today, we're rewarding that trust with a world-class fiber optic network for unparalleled service delivery, excellent customer service, and seamless walk-in to super-fast and unlimited broadband, internet, video, and voice services in quick time.
Wow.
Oh yes, Phase 3 Telecom remains your top choice for premium network security, system integration, smart living, and home automation solutions with exceptional 24-hour technical support for your office or residence at great value. We use the best-in-class technologies for a one-stop shop to all your connectivity, cloud, and communication needs.
So, choose Phase 3 Telecom today. Join the growing network of smart individuals and digital businesses that are innovating faster at affordable rates. Terms and conditions apply. Contact us via email at info@phase3telecom.com or visit our website www.phase3telecom.com to learn more about our rich bouquet of solution offerings. Phase 3 Telecom, connecting networks, businesses, and people.
We need professional pictures of the birthday girl. Beautiful. Hey, smile for the camera. Hold on, I have an idea. Everyone, put on your phone torchlight. Here, take my Camon 19 Pro. It works great for portraits in low light.
Yo, these portraits are clear.
I told you, this is the Every Moment Portrait Master.
That's right. The new Techno Camon 19 series, running on the latest Android OS with Google Apps, is your Every Moment Portrait Master. With its 64MP Bright Night triple portrait camera, the Camon 19 is designed to give you perfect natural tone portrait photos, whether in low light or daytime. Buy any of the Techno Camon 19 smartphones to get an instant gift and enjoy up to 24 months device and 100 days broken screen warranty. Purchase your device with Easy Buy for a down payment as low as 30%. Hurry now! Visit the nearest authorized Techno outlet to get yours today. Techno, stop at nothing.
ARM has partnered with Techstars to launch the ARM Lab Lagos Techstars Accelerator program, designed to empower fintech and proptech startups in Africa for success. Applicants to these programs stand a chance to receive up to $120,000 in funding, access to 20,000 global investors, and mentorship opportunities from over 7,000 industry experts. Are you a fintech or proptech startup in need of funding? Don't miss this chance to take your business idea to the next level. Hurry and apply today by visiting www.apply.techstars.com.
This life is good to the
the upgrade. Like if you been the drive Okada, it good to upgrade to motor. If you been the live for face me I slap you, it good to upgrade to self-contained or flat. And if you still dey use smartphone, it good to upgrade to Tia Rubber 4G smartphone today. MT don't talk say them go watch the phone for you with up to 1.5 gigabyte of woof data monthly for 6 months. Plus 100% of woof data anytime you buy data for 6 months. Hey, willow, this na real bonge follow come 4G a woof data combo. Oh yeah, kia run go buy your Techno, Infinix, Itel, Samsung, Nokia 4G smartphone today. And if you like to the pay small, make you visit mtn.nj/device-financing. So now waiting we they do today.
Football don't start again, oh! To the score goal too, don't start! Play, argument, plus the quarter then we follow, don't start too! Gree body them, those kind question like, who they win, wait till the score, plus plenty excitement, all of them don't start again, oh! So therefore, BetKing they summer you for Wonga boosted odds and correct cash outs to the celebrate your win, plus accumulator bonus for all your selection them. What you wait for now? Make you go do your betting for betking.com so that you go begin battle your football Saturday again.
That feeling? That's BetKing.
Get 70% off.
Say what? 70%?
Everyone loves massive discount because it either helps them save money or get more from their budget. But sadly, every day isn't Christmas. Unless like me, you've got to have the higher thermocool Gen Power inverter air conditioner that helps me save 70% on my electricity consumption. I even enjoy multiple ACs when I'm on Gen. That's less bills and more comfort every single day. So, what will you do with your 70% saving?
Get the higher thermocool Gen Power inverter air conditioner. That's a whopping 70% electricity saver. That's less bills, more comfort. Higher thermocool, always there for you.
Taste it, love it. It's a beautiful day. You better taste it, love it.
Enjoy the creamy coffee taste of Cowbell coffee. Round the clock, it's really delicious. Taste it and you will love it. Cowbell coffee. Taste the creamy side of coffee.
Are you planning to get an impactful education in accounting, management, arts, or social sciences? Look no further than Nile University, Nigeria, Abuja. With our free ACCA training to complement our robust accounting curriculum and the inclusion of a financial literacy program in the management, arts, and social sciences curricula, we equip students with the crucial financial knowledge to succeed in the world of work and entrepreneurship. To apply, visit nileuniversity.edu.ng. For inquiries, contact 0903 6326 881.
Waiting you sabi about the beautiful game. You dey there for the life and style, fantasy leagues, bass bows, ginger and okto, breaking down the stats even to the MVPs, taking no L's and only for the W's. I beg, then Showmax Pro get news for you. Football season is back. Live, e-choke. Watch the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, anywhere on any screen. Mado. Stream the action from Super Sport live on Showmax Pro. Sign up at showmax.com.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the Crossfire Road to 2023 is what you're listening to right now. 8:33 is the time. I am Sheriff Quadry and I've been speaking with the State House of Assembly candidate for the AAC in Lagos here. And we've been talking about his plans, his aspirations, his plans for his people. His name is Doyin Kasumu of the African Action Congress AAC. He's a chartered accountant, by the way. He's a technocrat, no doubt about it, with successful career. He's trained by Deloitte. Doing good morning to you again. Thank you for coming through all the way from Ikorodu this morning. I was asking you, like, how were you able to even make it? Like, oh, that's really commendable. It shows the passion that you have. Let's continue with before we went on break. You're talking about the root cause for cultism. Please proceed.
Yeah, the root cause, like I mentioned earlier, you find a young person wants to belong. You know, he has this sense of insecurity. Then also, that's for those whose parents are rich. But for those whose parents are not rich, what will be their major push for joining cult? The major push will be financial. There's no doubt about that. It will be financial, even though it might not be explicitly stated. But for a young person coming from poor background, the major push will be financial. So looking at those two, I believe one of the laws I'm proposing, or the laws and projects I'm proposing, will go a long way in solving those things. And one thing is, once we have a system in place, whereby someone that wants to go to school can afford it, or if he cannot afford it, there's a way to help him to afford it. So I believe the bill and the law for scholarship.
Is there a specific bill that you're referring to now, or a specific project that you're referring
for
to?
tertiary education, it will be a bill.
Okay.
But for others,
what will be the content of the bill that you're referring to? Because we need to be very clear. What will be the content of that bill that you're referring to?
I mentioned earlier on, that's
What's
the one
that?
free tertiary education for
Free education, tertiary education
for Lagos
residents. Okay.
Then the other one will come under the constituency projects.
Okay.
Now will be under that I have bursary and scholarships. Then I also have business grants.
Okay.
Not loans, business grants.
Not loan. You're not giving free money. It's a grant.
It's a grant.
Okay.
So grants for those that don't want to go to school, but they have a passion for business.
So you give them free money.
No, it's not. No.
It's free money now.
No. I wouldn't say it's free money.
It's free money.
Because it will be effectively monitored.
It's still free.
Yeah, you can call it free, but it's a grant. We have so many grants all over the world.
True that.
Yeah.
True
I believe for youth, especially those
you want to do that on your own, because the Lagos State government already has one, LSCTF, currently running. Are you going to do this through LSCTF, or this is just going to be your own constituency project?
Yeah, it will be my own constituency project.
Okay. All right.
It will be my own constituency project.
In your opinion, this would eliminate cultism?
No, I will not say eliminate.
Okay.
At least that will cut off some of the
it will reduce
root
this
causes of cultism. You know. Then another thing is, again, when, like I said, when the punishment for crime is weak, then there is this tendency, there's this propensity to commit more crimes.
Okay.
So we need to, I don't want to look like a court for only cultism.
Okay.
Cultism is only part of the crimes,
the larger crime syndicate
we have in the society. So it will just be, increasing and, making sure, enhancing the sanctions against any crime. All these cultists, what do they do? Commit murder.
Yeah.
So murder is a crime, isn't it? So ultimately, what the cultists do is to commit crime. So one of the other ways to curb crime, or cultism, which cultism is part, is to enhance and increase the sanctions, the weight of the sanctions against cultism. So I believe, for instance, if you commit murder, I'll not say if you're a cultist, because if you're a cultist, you can be a cultist without committing crime. Yeah.
Okay.
So you get it.
Okay.
You can be a cultist without committing crime.
Okay.
Ultimately, if you are some people who join cultists, it might not be for the purpose of committing crime. The likes of Wole Soyinka was a member of a cult group, but they never committed any crime. So it is when those cultists commit crime that cultists become a menace
a problem
to the society.
Right. It's not that you would discourage cultism. Is that what you're saying? Because in your explanation now, I mean, you can belong to a cult group, but not be a criminal.
No, it depends on the objective of the cult group.
Okay. All right. Let's leave it there. That's a slippery slope, I know. But let's take some few calls, because I need to speak to you about Mole Sherry. I also need to speak to you about, what your plan is like for farmers in the Ikorodu areas. Trust me, they are going through a whole lot in bringing their farm produce out of the farms, because most of the farms that we have in Lagos here are located in the Ikorodu area of the states, and Ekpe side as well. They also have fair share of farming, in Lagos, and even Badagry, as a matter of fact. They also have their fair share of farming activities in Lagos. Well, let me take a few calls first. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
My name is Robert. Your guests, I greet you, sir.
Thank you.
My question is that, sometimes as a representative in the house, we do see them. They speak with ferocity, with power. To me, I see you as a very humble and slow person. How will you be able to convince the house that your point
that you need to have gra-gra? He needs to have gra-gra.
Hello?
He needs to have gra-gra action.
You don't have much action. I mean,
you see
Obayagbo speak. You will have seen people talk well. They speak as if they drink something. But the way you speak now, we will be able to convince the house that the bill you raise, they will approve it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. He thinks they will bully you a lot in the house.
No, you don't need to be a bully to convince people about your programs. Like I've highlighted some of my agenda. Is there anyone that you think that are not sellable? And I've also spoken about how to finance some of them.
Okay.
So it's all about conviction. It's not a matter of gra-gra.
But someone also sent a message with regards to that, saying that if you eventually get in, I mean, we're not campaigning, but hypothetically, if you get in, how are you going to get all these bill passed when you're obviously going to be a minority?
Okay, let's look at
how do you intend to do all of that?
Let's look at the bill against the stealing of public funds.
Yeah.
For that, I'm going to carry the people along. Firstly, I'm going to hold constituency meeting with my constituents.
Okay.
And we're going to have a referendum.
Okay.
From there, we push it to the Lagos as a whole, because the bill is going to be for Lagosians.
That's right. That's right.
So it will be people powered. It will be all over the media. And okay, this is a bill we want to pass in Lagos State. We're going to have signatures for those that are in support of the bill.
Okay.
So it's going to be a mass-driven bill.
Okay.
It's not just going to be a private bill. It's going to be a mass-driven bill where every Lagosian will have an input into it. And we're going to be naming and shaming any lawmaker that doesn't want to support the bill. Because I believe when people say insecurity is the major challenge in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole.
Okay.
Or I have a slightly different
opinion
of that.
All right.
To me, insecurity is just a symptom of corruption. So I believe once we can handle corruption in Lagos State, then we also go a long way in addressing the issue because number one, we need funds to fight insecurity, isn't it?
Very true.
Yeah. So if we don't have adequate funds,
but Lagos State have security trust fund, which is quite adequate, if I must say.
Yeah.
So there's no problem with funding security.
No, I'm just citing that as an example.
Okay.
That
right.
No, I don't even agree with you on that.
Okay. All right.
I've done this personal research on the revenue of Lagos State. What it could have been better anyway.
Okay.
So if you look at the budget, the revenue for Lagos State, say the revenue, monthly revenue, say 50 billion. I tell you, if not for leakages, revenue leakages, I put the leakages to around 20%.
Okay.
So if you look at 20% of 50 billion, you're talking like 10 billion. So can you imagine what 10 billion could do in solving other challenges of Lagos,
So
apart from insecurity?
Okay.
That could also go a long way in solving the roads and drainages problem in Lagos State.
Indeed.
So we need to block the
Those
leakages. There are a lot of leakages. Even though I agree that Lagos is making money, but it could be more.
But what can you do as a lawmaker? You're not in the executive, so what can you do in plugging those leakages?
Yeah, the root cause of leakages is corruption, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Isn't it? And I'm proposing a bill that if you steal public funds, you are going to life jail. Apart from also enhancing the technology that will prevent corruption. Okay, the measures you put in place to fight corruption might not be there's no watertight strategy, There could still be some loopholes. So those loopholes will be addressed with stiff sanctions.
Okay.
Which is, I'm proposing life jail sentence for any person that steals public funds in Lagos State.
When you're proposing all of these things, I think that I would like to know whether you've considered, the Constitution of the Federal Republic, our own laws, the larger Nigerian laws in terms of corruption, whether you'll be going in contravention with this law at the federal level.
I don't think the issue of crime, I think it's a concurrent issue. The states can pass its own laws against crime.
Okay.
So I believe Lagos State should have its own. We start with Lagos as a model, then we take it up.
Okay.
Even though as a party, we also have such things in place. In the pipeline.
Let me talk to you about as a party. My lines are buzzing. Everybody, but let me ask you about the chances of Omoyele Sowore. What is Omoyele Sowore bringing to the table? I'm going to have him. We discuss this off air. I'm going to have him eventually. But what is he bringing to the table that is different from other candidates?
Great. I'm of the strong school of thought that what Nigeria needs presently is not really an experienced leader. What Nigeria needs is a radical revolutionalist. We have great leaders that were not really part of the status quo. They were not part of the government or legislature before they
emerge
as leaders.
Okay.
And they'll be very successful leaders. And I want to put Nigeria as part of those League of Nations that need a radical revolutionist. To me, it will be an alternative to a military leader.
Okay.
Military leaders, what experience do they bring? Nothing, except that ability to organize and put the right people in the right places.
All right.
And they also have, apart from having mission and vision, the problem we've had in Nigeria is we've had leaders with mission and vision. Okay, I want to fight corruption. I want to improve on the economy. I want to improve productivity. But you know what they lack? Can you guess what they lack?
What's that?
They lack the strategy. The strategy. You can have mission, you can have vision. But if you lack the strategy, you will never achieve what you want.
So you think Yele has a strategy?
Yeah.
To cause a change.
Yeah, sure. And he also possesses that character of a revolutionist. You know, you are as a radical leader, you have to take very tough decisions. Like, okay, Omoyole is proposing that once he gets into power, he's going to, using his influence, of course, as president, he's going to ensure a constitutional change. And one of the constitutional changes is that we don't really need two houses of legislature.
But you know that's nearly impossible for him.
No,
to
that's
do
what I'm
that.
saying, that it's going to be a constitutional matter.
Okay.
And of course, it's going to be a constitutional drive.
Okay.
To ensure that.
How is he going to do that? That's what I'm saying. Like, who is going to ratify that? I mean, is he going to just issue a directive that the National Assembly should be collapsed into just one?
No, that will be through the normal constitutional amendment.
Who is going to do that? It's still these same lawmakers.
Sure.
So how?
You know, I mentioned earlier of carrying the people along. You cannot underestimate the power of the people. You can never underestimate the power of the people.
Let's take a few calls. Let's take a few calls. Let's take a few calls. Because people have been on the line for some time. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Morning to you.
Okay, my name is Ini.
You're welcome.
Calling from Aja. I've heard him. He's a nice. He has so much to offer. But I have issues because he said he has a question whether some of what he's offering will be sellable. I said some of them are okay. One particular one is not really sellable like that.
Okay.
Because we are in 21st century and we are supposed to be dealing on facts and data to back whatever we want to do. And he said the most stringent the punishment is going to act as a deterrent to people who commit crime. I just want him to be able to back that with facts, where he has done before, where stringent punishment, even death penalty, has been a major deterrent. Does he have information that data on that? Has it been done anywhere else? So I just want to hear him be more specific and data-driven when he wants to do something, when he's offering something.
Okay.
But all the same, I like what he's presenting, but it's more of rhetoric to me, because getting the money to finance all these things, giving grants, where are you getting the money from? You can't force the private sector to donate into what you want to, your coffer, just what you want to give scholarship to people. So we have to be more realistic, and then he has to really convince himself, believe in what he's saying, not just presenting it because we will just hear.
Thank you, Ini. Ini, thank you. Thank you.
Data-driven. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling me. We have to go now, but let's have you respond to Ini's.
Let me start from the last point.
Yeah.
Business grant I mentioned, I said it's going to be one of my constituency projects.
Yes.
And that is being budgeted for.
Okay.
So that should be noted.
That's where you get the funding.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be one of my constituency projects.
Okay. All right. He also spoke about your proposition of life jail, that it will serve as deterrent.
Yeah, of
that
course.
You have data to back that up.
If you look at countries with the least crime committal, but you remember I said earlier that you cannot totally eradicate crime.
Right.
People will still want to commit, but ultimately, countries with the least crime committal are those countries with stiff penalties. You talk of China. You talk of Saudi Arabia. In China, it's death sentence.
We need to go
in
now.
Saudi Arabia.
We must go now. I'm really sorry we're out of time. Doyin, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Once campaign starts proper, then you can come here and say, well, now let's not start that. Doyin Kasumu of the Africa Action Congress. Thank you so much for coming on the
and
show.
Win big. Experience the wonder of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar with Coca-Cola. Buy any Coca-Cola product with a white cap. Check the code under the cap and dial *8014 *1 code hash to participate.
The debaters are ready. The panel of judges are ready. The judges have decided. The prize money is ready. 1 million naira. There's only one question left, Lagos. Are you, the audience, ready? It's the August edition of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, your moderator. Join me from August 8th as the best student debaters go head to head. Weekdays at 4 on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. This tournament is supported by Webster University, RLG Communications, obiwizi.com, Booker Hot, and Storm Body Spray.